Hi, this is Mike from Mike Duffy's Personal Training, and this is Susan Benjamin, one of our trainers here at Mike Duffy's. And we're here today to show you the 5-minute ab training video for beginners. We're going to be timing this workout, so it's exactly 5 minutes. There'll be 45 seconds of work, and then Susan will have 15 seconds to reposition herself for the next exercise. So the first exercise here is a lower ab raise. Susan's going to take a seat on the ball. She's going to roll forward and make sure the lower back is imprinted into the ball the whole time. Hold on to the bench. And the beat just started, and she'll breathe out, roll her knees up towards her chest. She'll imprint her lower back, bring her knees down, breathe out, roll up. We're looking for about a 3 count negative on the way down, 3, 2, 1. Her feet will come as close to the floor as possible without touching the floor to keep pressure on the abdominals. And again, if you notice, she keeps her lower back imprinted into the ball the whole time to protect her lower back. Breathe it out. She breathes out, tightens her abdominals, and then drives her knees up towards her elbows. And again, it's about 45 seconds of work. So deep breath in on the way down, breathe out, drive the knees up, imprint the lower back on the way down, breathe out, drive it up. So again, this is the beginner version of this exercise. Good, breathe in. Okay, that's the timer. She's going to stop. She's going to go into second position. She has 15 seconds. And we're going to get into the oblique flexion exercise, which works the love handles, the obliques. So she lines up on the ball properly, her hips even with the side of the ball. Ernesto, if you want, you can take that bench out of the way. Hands across the chest is the beginner's arm position for this exercise. And again, you don't want to start the exercise until you're in perfect position. Hip on the ball. She'll breathe out. She'll laterally flex her shoulder up towards her feet or her heel and breathe in on the way down. Breathe out and up and on the way down. So again, this works for obliques or the love handles. So we're going to do about 45 seconds worth of work. She wants to breathe in on the way down. You can see her hips always imprinted into the ball, and the movement is only from the waist up. The lower body is nice and stable. Her top leg is back and her front leg is forward to create balance. The wider your stance, the better balance you have on the ball. If your feet are too close, you'll rock side to side. Okay, that's 45 seconds. Now she's going to maneuver into the next position, which is just basically the opposite direction, and work her other side. So again, she positions herself on the ball. Her hip is even with the ball. Hands across the chest. She breathes in, lowers her shoulder to the ball. She breathes out and flexes up. Breathe in on the way down. Breathe out, flex up. Again, she has a wide stance with her feet to create balance. She does her repetitions slow and concise. You don't want to do too many reps too quickly. You want to synchronize your breathing and the repetitions. Breathe in on the way down, breathe out, tense the obliques, and flex up. And on the sound of the beep, Susan will transition into the third exercise in the 5-minute ab series, which will be abdominal crunches. So she's almost through. Good. Okay, here's the beat. That's 45 seconds there. Now she's going to roll the ball over. You can position her feet underneath the dumbbell racks or any steady object. She wants to sit on the ball so her lower back's imprinted properly into the ball. And again, she wants to make sure she's in proper position before she starts the exercise. Her hands are tucked across her chest. She breathes out, crunches up, breathes in and comes down. If you notice that her chin always remains tucked to avoid any undue neck strain. So she breathes in as she comes down, breathes out first to activate the abdominals, and pulls up through her abdominals. So this is stability ball crunch. Some people call it a curl up. But basically you see her hips, and the back of her hips are anchored into the ball as well as her lower back, and she's flexing forward from the waist up. There's no movement in her lower body. She has a nice wide stance again to create balance. If her feet are too close together, it'll cause her to rock left to right and to be a little unstable. So breathes in, and now this beep. She'll transition to her final exercise in the 5-minute ab series, which is the supine jackknife. So she rolls forward onto the ball. Her shins always remain on the ball. Her hands are underneath her shoulders, and she remains in neutral spine. No sagging in the hips. And this one, what we do is we breathe in as the knees come forward, and as we extend our legs, we breathe out, tense our abdominals, and hold it for a 2 count. So breathe in as her knees come up. Breathe out, tense her abs, and hold. So again, her hands remain directly on her shoulders. Her hands are about shoulder width apart. are slightly wider to create balance. Her feet are slightly closer and shoulder width apart. And her shins, or part of her shin, stays on the stability ball at all times. And that's the prone stability ball jackknife. And okay, and that's the end of the 5-minute routine here. So Susan's going to walk off the ball, nice and safe, and stand up. She's up. So those are 4 exercises that we have for the 5-minute ab routine. Basically what you want to do, Susan was doing about 10 to 15 repetitions on each of those, nice slow count to make sure she's working her abs properly. She wasn't going too fast. You don't want to perform the movements too quickly or else you won't feel them. You might, as a beginner, only get 5 or 6 repetitions. You just do what you can do. Doesn't matter how many you get, it matters how much you feel the exercise working. So you don't want to, again, go through too quickly. So maybe start out with 5 or 6 repetitions during that 45-second phase. And as you get better, you'll do more and more repetitions. Once you're doing 10 to 15, then at beginner level probably is a little bit too easy for you, and you can transition into the level 2 or the intermediate version. And that video will be coming next. We also have a full library at the end of this video of how to do each individual exercise properly. So we hope that you'll view that, try this routine, give us some feedback, and we'll see you at the next workout. Thank you. Hi, this is Mike Duffy from Mike Duffy's Personal Training. I'm here with Ernesto Rodan, our head trainer here at Mike Duffy's, and we're going to discuss the first exercise in our 5-minute ab training series. This exercise is a lower abdominal raise, working specifically lower abs. What you want to do is sit on about a 55 centimeter stability ball, so your body's a little more than halfway in front of the ball. And then you want to lean back, imprinting your lower back into the ball. Hold on to a bench to stabilize your upper body. At this point, you want to breathe out first to activate your abdominals, and you want to roll your knees up towards your chest, but you don't want to come up so high to where your lower back comes off the ball. Then you want to imprint your lower back, which is really important, and then lower your legs on a 3 count. 3, 2, 1. Breathe out to activate your abdominals and roll up. And then imprint your lower back into the ball as you let your legs come down on 3 count. 3, 2, 1. Breathe out, activate, and lift. Imprint and lower. 3, 2, and 1. Breathe out and lift. Now from this point, to make this exercise harder, if you want, an advanced version is to extend your legs so they're straight here, pointing straight up to the ceiling. When you imprint your lower back into the ball, this increases the lateral length of your legs and puts more pressure on your lower abdominals, providing you keep your lower back pressed into the ball. So imprint your back and lower in 3, 2, 1. Breathe out, activate your lower abs, lift up, imprint and lower. 3, 2, and 1. Breathe out and lift. And then to come off the ball, just bend your knees and then roll down. Protect your lower back. Breathe out and sit up and roll off the ball. So that's the first exercise in our 5-minute ab series. We'll see you for the exercise number 2. Thank you. Hi, this is Mike from Mike Duffy's Personal Training, and this is Ernesto Rodan, our head trainer at Mike Duffy's. Today we're here to show you the second exercise in our 5-minute ab training series. It's lateral flexion on the stability ball. So Ernesto is about 5'4", and he's going to grab a 55 centimeter ball, because that's the correct ball to use for his height. And then what he wants to do is he's going to lay on the ball sideways. He wants to bring his top leg back as far as he can, and his bottom foot as far forward as he can. The back leg is bent, front leg is straight. And then he wants to put the ball right below his hip bone. As you bring both hands behind his neck and make sure his hips are perpendicular to the ball, he's going to breathe in and lower his elbow towards the ball. He's going to breathe out and continue breathing out as he comes up and laterally flex his elbow up towards his hip. So here he goes. That's rep 2. So he's going to breathe in on the way down, breathe out first, continue breathing out, and bring his elbow towards his hip. So this is lateral flexion, a great exercise for the obliques, to tone and strengthen them. And then what you want to do is turn to the other side and repeat the same process for the other side. So that's it, the second exercise in the 5-minute ab training series. We'll see you again in the near future. Hi, this is Mike Duffy from Mike Duffy's Personal Training, and this is our head trainer, Ernesto Rodan.
Hi.
We're here today to talk to you about the third exercise in the 5-minute ab series, and this one is the stability ball crunch. What Ernesto is going to do is he's going to take about a 55 centimeter ball, which is proper for his height. He's going to take a seat on the ball, about right midpoint, and he's going to roll slightly forward so his lower back is tucked into the ball. His feet are anchored underneath. His feet are also about shoulder width apart. If your feet are too close together here, you're going to roll side to side and you're not going to be as stable. So make sure those feet are a little bit wide and shoulder width apart. And then what he's going to do is fold his hands across his chest, and he's going to tuck his chin and keep the chin tucked the whole time. He's going to breathe in and roll back, and the ball is going to stay glued to his back the whole time. With the chin tucked, he's going to breathe out and then continue to breathe out as he crunches up or sits up through the movement. And he's going to breathe in on the way down with his chin tucked the whole time. And he's going to breathe out and sit up. So it's really important to keep the chin tucked so you don't have a whiplash-like action on your neck or your neck flipping up and down. So you don't want to do that. So keep the chin tucked the whole time. Now, to make this exercise a little more difficult, Ernesto will take his hands and put them on the side of his head. We never put our hands behind our neck and lock our fingers, because that leads to pulling on your neck, and then you have some issues with your cervical spine. So, same thing here. He's going to imprint his lower back in on the way down and breathe in. And now here, he's going to let his head hang back. And now what he's going to do is going to tuck his chin first, breathe out second, and continue to breathe out and sit up. So he's going to breathe in on the way down, and that lower back gets glued right into the stability ball. Okay, he'll let his head hang back, but he's going to pull his chin up first before he engages into the movement, breathe out, and crunch through his abdominals to continue the movement. So it's really, really important here that you tuck that chin. If you want to do this exercise and get a full stretch on your abdominals and lean your head back, you must tuck your chin first, as Ernesto is doing, before you engage in your sit-up. Because if not, Ernesto, show him one where you're not and how the neck action would be. So come back, let your head hang, and just snap your head up, and then back and forth. And what happens is that neck action is almost like a whiplash action, and you don't want that on your neck. So that's it. That's our abdominal crunch, which is exercise number 3. We'll see you in about a week for the last exercise in the 5-minute ab series. So thanks a lot. If you have any comments or questions, you can post them on YouTube, and we'll see you in about a week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Mike Duffy from Mike Duffy's Personal Training, and this is Ernesto Rodan, our head trainer here at Mike Duffy's. Today we're here to show you the 4th and final exercise in our 5-minute ab training series. This exercise is called the prone stability ball jackknife, and what we're going to do is start out with about a 55 centimeter ball, which is correct for Ernesto's height. Ernesto is 5'5", so you want to make sure to have the correct size ball when performing this exercise. What Ernesto's going to do is he's going to kneel on the ball and put his hands on the floor and walk slowly forward, and he's going to make sure that his shins are on the stability ball at all times, and his hands line up directly beneath his shoulders, and that there's no movement in his upper body. At this point, he's going to breathe in as he draws his knees towards his elbows, and then he's going to breathe out, and as he breathes out, he tightens his abdominal muscles. He's going to breathe in, draw his knees towards his elbows, and breathe out, extend his legs back, and tighten his abdominal muscles. He's going to hold it there for a second. He's going to breathe in, draw his knees in towards his elbows, Breathe out. As he breathes out, he tenses his abdominals and he maintains a neutral spine during the whole part of the movement. And when he's finished, he's just going to walk back until he gets his feet on the floor and stand up and dismount the bull properly. So again, this is the 4th exercise. Stay tuned, look on the website. We're going to be releasing an ab training video that will be available within the next week or so. Just log on to MikeDuffysPT.com. You'll be able to view beginner, intermediate, and advanced 5-minute routines. Thank you.